Hello, this is Daryl, and this is week 2 now and day 2 of my practice diary. So today I had, so the first thing I practiced was practicing my college songs for my, because Monday I've got my audition tape, so I practiced all 4 songs throughout all 4 completely, one after the other, just practicing them so that I can kind of perform all 4 at once. So the thing that I faced was the fact that I'm playing 2 instruments, the electric and the acoustic, and the problem I faced was that the styles are so varied in the song. So I had to kind of to limit down, to make it easier for myself basically. I picked easier songs because stylistically I don't think I'd be able to play the 4 songs that I chose previously that were too difficult. So instead of doing the blues song as well, so Neon, I think it was Neon, and then it was Sweet Child of Mine, blues song, and then I think it was Auburn, and that's a really hard finger picking one. I think I swapped the blues with the with Stop This Train. Stop This Train is not an easy song because it requires a lot of good right hand technique, rhythm, but the fact that I've got someone singing it with me makes it a lot easier for me. And yeah, so I decided to swap that. I made a technical change to that song, and yeah, I'm not sure if this is really worthy of putting on the video, but the problem that I faced, I was practicing, this is the second time I practiced the whole set of 4 songs, was that the last song I was playing Auburn, and that's in D sus2 tuning, open D sus2 tuning, and basically what happened was I was tuning my bottom E string, my high E string, sorry, and my string just gave up and just snapped on me, so I was really angry, and the way I overcame that problem was to walk to the guitar shop, buy guitar strings, a whole set of guitar strings and a spare set of guitar strings, so that next time it happens I can just attach it straight to my guitar and play straight away like that, not wasting 45 minutes walking there and back from my house into the guitar shop. So that's how I overcame that problem, and then I continued and I resumed to practice the 4 songs. So that was the first thing I practiced this morning, quite an eventful morning, but yeah, the second, and then after that I had a guitar lesson for an hour. And my guitar lesson was really, really theory based today. It wasn't. We did obviously do a lot of practical as well, but my lessons are an hour long. A large majority of the lesson was theory based, and the question that I kind of the kind of theme of the guitar lesson was I asked my teacher how to make modal chord progressions. Because I'm tired of playing songs where I know it's in the key of major or I know it's in the key of minor. So I know the 1, the 1, 4, 5, and then the extensions. You got the 7s, you got the 9s, you got 2, 3, 6, or was it 6, 2, 3? Sorry, 6, 2, 3. So I know the basis of making a song in major and minor and stuff like that. But I really wanted to kind of we analysed some songs that I know, and my teacher kind of showed me how to think about chords and how to think about modal progressions. Like, for example, this song that I learned, that I created, actually I created the song, but I asked my teacher, I don't know what it is, I don't know how to make it again, but I want to make another song like this, and how do I recognise what mode it is? So that was a problem that we faced, was me recognising what mode it was and how to figure out what mode I'm playing, so then I can add other chords from that mode and to kind of make a song, a modal chord progression, instead of making just the boring same old, major chord, minor chord songs. So the chords are A major to a G major, and D sus2 to an F of some chord. I think it's an F. Yeah, an F of some, I don't know what chord that is, but So my teacher said, well, so you've got two major chords here, and they're a tone apart. And he said, he asked me a question. He goes, tell me what degree, what interval, where where the distance of two notes in the major scale in the modes, which two modes are a tone apart that are both major. And then I thought about it for a while. It took me a while to figure it out, but then I figured it out that it was Mixolydian and Lydian mode that were a tone apart, that were both major chords, major modes. So you've got a major chord here and a major chord here. So this is where it gets a bit complicated because I'm still trying to. Basically, it is in the root key, the home key. If it wasn't a modal song, would be a D major. It'd come from the D major. But I'm not, because I'm playing modal. When you play modal, you don't necessarily have to play the home chord. So and that, so if it wasn't, I'm explaining this really badly, but if this wasn't in a modal key, this would be the one chord, this would be the fifth chord, so the D would be the fifth chord, the D would be the one chord, the A would be the fifth chord, and the G would be the fourth chord. But because it's modal, and we know that the two modes that are both major modes that are tone apart is Mixolydian, we find out that this is in Mixolydian mode. So he was trying to teach me how to, that's how I overcame that problem, was just to systematically think about all the theory that I've known and kind of like, just sit down and think about it. It took me a while, so we practiced theory for quite a long time, for about, I'd say a good 25 to 35 minutes. And then he gave me other examples, like a basic, I'm not sure if you can see here. I'm not sure if that's going to come up as upside down because I'm showing this, I'm not quite sure, but the top one there, that is a 2-5-1 progression, which is a very common jazz progression in the key of G. But as you can see there, it's in the key of G because you can see the writing there as recognised as the one chord. But because it starts off with the second chord, and the second chord is kind of the main chord of the song, which is A minor 7, I believe, it becomes Dorian mode. You're using a, every time that there's a, the reason why it's Dorian, let me just back up for a minute. The reason why it's Dorian is because if you were playing a minor key, the minor key in a minor key would go 1, 4, 5 in minor, which would be A minor, D minor, and then E minor. But the reason why we know it's Dorian is because it's a 1, and then it goes to a D7. I just played a D9, but D7. And whenever there's a minor chord, whenever a progression goes from 1 to 4 in a minor key, so minor 1 to a minor 4, and the second and the fourth chord is a major chord, it doesn't matter what major chord it is, it's always going to be Dorian. So that's the thing that my teacher was teaching me, just teaching me how to kind of recognise modal chordal progressions and kind of to distinguish what they are. The way you distinguish it is kind of just finding out what the root key is. So in this case, the home chord would be a G, but the A minor and the second and the fifth of the 2-5-1 progression is emphasized. So that's how you know it's a Dorian mode. So yeah, that's what we kind of went over today. This is probably really boring for you just to sit there and just slog away and watch this video. It's so boring. But that's the type of stuff that we did today in my lesson. We also did a few. We also did soloing. So he'd play the progression. Sorry. playing the progression, then I'd have to come up with a little lead part. So A, you could play A minor. No, you could play A Dorian, sorry. So you could play the A Dorian mode over that. And you could play the G major over that as well. You could play the G major pentatonic, second position as well. You can play the you could even play, because modes gets kind of confusing to explain. You can play the you could play the Lydian, no, the Phrygian shape, but it's still in the mode of Lydian, of Dorian. You could play. So yeah, I'm running out of time in this video. I literally have 4 seconds left. Okay.